Yeah. Oh. Catch a play and parlay in them apartments. I swear it's like a party every day in them apartments. You was raised in them apartments, dang. Jump a shot to join the gang in them apartments.
What's up, my guy?
What up?
Show love regardless.
We only knocking everything over, you heard? Yeah, we back, you know. We're gonna take a little hiatus after this, right?
Yes, this is the conclusion of the big two. Dumb 20 things down. Knocking off essentially our first season. This is our first season. Thank you guys for listening, watching, like, comment, share, subscribe, but more importantly, show love regardless.
Big Black and Beautiful here, you know.
The boy M. Dot.
Being Big Black and Beautiful like I always am. But today, what we got to talk about, man.
We got a lot of good stuff. First of all, shout out to JID. Did a phenomenal job with his album. I gotta apologize. I'm gonna go back on that.
Yeah, JID, he stepped up with this one. I like this project.
Yeah, he did a great
job. I
job.
ain't run to it yet, but I listened to it a few times.
Definitely.
He had some good features.
He had West Side Gun.
The intro.
He did a lot of narrating in the whole album. Really put some.
He tried some different things too. He tried to do little party sounds.
Yeah, he had some rolling music
on. He on that rap, but
he definitely did a good job. He definitely gave us a couple different good looks.
He gave us a couple jigs. But I'm surprised Cole don't give him features on. Cole's not even on the album.
I think because Cole, JID went in a direction that.
But I feel like even past records, he wasn't on the song. Cole never been on any of his records.
Because Cole,
I think the last time they probably was record was one of them Dreamville albums.
Yeah. But I think because you know what it is, JID's legit. He's kind of like he is kind of the grittier version of J. Cole, right? J. Cole doesn't cross that line when it comes to certain things, as far as what he's giving to his audience. But JID's definitely idles that line,
I like that. I'm gonna give it a strong 7 out of 10.
Okay,
that's not bad, right?
Yeah. I respect it. They definitely. I would say 7.5, maybe 8. I definitely was impressed to see him pushing that. He got a couple good features on their clips. Baby Kai. There's a couple of good joints in there. He definitely was impressed. And he stayed true to his roots of Atlanta. Shouts to you, my boy. But
yeah. Other than that, I'm still listening to the Clips album. Still listening to Alfredo 2. Those are still in heavy rotation right now.
Yeah, we got what else we got? New ones out there. We got El Camino, OT did a new tape. But Machine Gun Kelly. I always gotta show love to Machine Gun Kelly. I've seen him when he was tearing down malls out in Cleveland, causing riots. But for this album, he basically took.
Wait, he dropped Machine Gun Kelly dropped something?
Yeah, he did. He dropped the album. It was alternative music.
He's been doing that alternative music.
But it's got a great spin to it. And you hear how he put his own version of it. Shouts to Machine Gun Kelly for taking that risk, because essentially, people expect to hear you rapping and you're coming out there and you're leaving it all on wax. So I love to hear it. I love to see it. But moving right ahead though. Let's talk about my boy, Young Shador. Young Shador. The Shador effect is real. Again, regardless if this was a preseason game, he gave it all. He gave it his all. He came out there, and he didn't let anybody down. And more importantly, he kept a level head. And he showed all that, the hard work and effort that led him up into this point in his life. And man, he came out there with a chip on his shoulder. But more importantly, he did it with a smile. He didn't have any animosity towards anybody. He didn't have any ill intention. And he just played the game that he loves. And to see him do that is a blessing. So shout out to you, Shador. And
I feel like there's like another case of Bronny James. We like his father, and we're gonna overhype the son. It was a preseason game. I don't know why people acting like he just won a playoff game or something. Let the man develop. Like y'all talking a little too early. That's all I'm saying. Let him let him get their the first string job. Let him do all that. Then you guys can talk. I know y'all want to make him a victim. The man's not a victim. He is a millionaire kid. Teams just didn't want to take him. I feel like if they wanted to slight his father, they wouldn't have drafted anybody that came from his program. And some people that came from his program was second pick, Hunter. So I feel like y'all could keep on. I feel like if the league wanted to sabotage primetime, they would have did it to everybody that came out of his program at the end of the day. And they didn't do that. They got like a bunch of them in the league right now.
So shout out to them Buff boys out in Colorado, but
I mean, I'm not gonna let Shedeur. I'm being patient with Shedeur. I don't want him to fail, but I feel like you guys like his dad. I get it, but let the man let him do a little. I mean, you see, he pressed one of the reporters talking about you never report anything good on me.
Yeah, he definitely had his comments about the reporter asking why he never had anything good to say about him. But, I just wanted to touch on, it's not the preseason game aspect of it. I think more importantly, it's more about the adversity and more importantly, the composure that he keeps in spite of all the things that's happening. He's not a victim, but he knows that, he can be overvalued due to his father's name. And I think one of the things he's done great at is understanding that there's a progressive way of becoming a professional, and more importantly, progressive way of becoming a role model for people. And he was.
I mean, we're rooting for you, Shedeur. We want you to be the best you can be. But we already had this conversation episodes ago. I feel like if your dad was with him, most likely you ain't gonna be the starting followers. We don't have one example where it's either your father was a star and the son was all right, or the father was okay and the son became a star. Like we see Kobe. Kobe's dad was cool, but he wasn't Kobe. And there's like certain people like
so that's like
you see like Steph Curry. Steph Curry's dad was
the Jordan,
but he wasn't Steph Curry.
Yeah, but think about it.
There's a Kobe. Mike Bibby's pops was there. I think there's a lot of dudes that we don't know. Their dad was in the league and they're probably better than their dad. But their dad was like, look at we talk about Patrick Ewing's son. Where is he?
Yeah.
So
So if anyone had if there was no words and there was no cameras. In the grand scheme of things, you would think Travis Hunter is Deion Sanders' son, right? So, Shedeur obviously has his mentality, but doesn't play the same position as him.
I mean, I just feel like it's hard. Like when you're born privileged, it's hard for you to have that hunger most of the time.
That's a great way to think about it.
I think Shedeur's gonna be a decent quarterback, but I don't think he's gonna be like the top 5. But hey, he could prove me wrong. I could get proved wrong. It is what it is. But I just don't think he's of that ilk. I think he's gonna be a decent quarterback, but
yeah, I think one of the things that
I feel like if people are rooting for him, Prime, we love Prime. We're gonna root for him.
Yeah. On the tail end of what he was saying here, Prime, he was a very bespoke person. More importantly, his presence preceded him, and sometimes, they say sins from the father, carry over. And one of the things that Deion did way ahead of his time was stood out and did it with such a loud voice. And that carried over right into Shedeur. But Shedeur didn't realize there is some sense of regulation that goes with that. And as he progressively, got further into his career, as we can see, he realized that it's a little more than just throwing that wrist up and having the world at your fingertips. We just got we're just waiting to see what's next. So,
well, next we got All-Star game. So we have this reel right here.
Oh, let's hear it.
So let me play it.
Could we do an all-white versus all black All-Star game, right? All-Star weekend. I think that would draw numbers. That would draw numbers. Cooper Flag.
Okay, okay, Luca. Okay, so we're gonna do America. We're gonna do America versus Europe, like Europe.
Let's
Just black versus
white
not.
and black.
Yeah, yeah.
That would draw more numbers than Europe versus America.
Please,
Cut to the chase.
Well, this is what I would say. I would say if we go white versus black, I think that
Mixed guys can play on your team.
mixed guys can play on either team.
Jason Key gets to coach one. We'll have mixed coaches.
Mixed coaches on both sides. No. This is what I'm saying. So if we do black versus white, I think that separates us. I think we do America versus European. That brings us together.
No.
Like fuck them.
Black and white bring everybody together.
Oh, you think so? You think so?
We get too caught up and thinking we can't do it. I go, the numbers that we do.
The arena.
This side
Are you
white.
trying to redline the arena?
Yo, let's talk about it.
We talk about it all the time. America loves the race wars.
But he's got a point.
It'll work. I think we'll work.
It would work.
He's right. The biracial, I guess you could go on the team the side you identify with.
That's correct.
So, you guys get to choose, and there's not the old times. You want to be white, you want to be black, you get to choose, you both.
But think about the numbers though.
People love race. Boxing does this all day.
All right, right now, top 5 white players in the league.
Right now?
Yes, go.
Luka, Joker. I can even put Cooper up there.
Cool. Okay.
Who's the dude on the Heat?
Tyler Hero.
Tyler Hero. And who's that's 4, right?
Yeah.
I need one more. Damn, one more. What's another way for that's cold? Damn, I'm trying to think. Dude on the Magic's bronze. European. Yeah, he up there too.
Damn.
Or
You can get away from
dude on the Bulls.
Or what about dude from the Rockets?
Australian, huh?
The kid from the Rockets. Sagan?
Oh yeah, Sagan. Yeah, there's a couple dudes. Sabonis' son.
Exactly, right?
But I already named my.
Against our top 5 black players right now. Top 5 black players. Go.
I mean, Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards, freaking Side. I mean, I said SGA.
Kyrie?
Top player right now? Talking about top 5 I'll put on the squad. I already get. All right, let's do this. All right, for the white team, at the 1, I'm going to have Luka.
No. We're not at the black team. Forget about the white team.
We should have did it like, who's going to be at the 1? Even though it's positionless basketball now, so.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, you're right. I already named the white players. I mean, I'm going to go with your boy. I'm going to have him at point. You know who I'm talking about.
Damn.
Your boy on the Pacers.
Oh.
No, you act like you don't know who your boy is.
I think it's the King.
No, your boy on the Pacers, the point guard.
I don't know. Who you talking about?
You know who I'm talking about. If that tore his Achilles, we could put him up there.
What's his name? Oh, Hybrid Baby?
Yeah, Halliburton. Tyrese, I'm sorry.
That's
Tyrese.
his name,
We're gonna have him at
Halliburton.
the 1.
Halliburton.
And at 2, I'm gonna go with damn, who's on shooting guard? I'm trying to think who's the top shooting guard. I mean, I fucking put Shea at that. He's a point guard, but I'll put him at the 2.
Okay.
SG at the 2. And at the 3, black boy, I'm gonna put who's
You're really thinking.
KD?
Okay.
No, I'm gonna put AE. We don't know position. Anthony Edwards.
Okay.
And then number 4, I'm gonna have who's number 4? I'm trying to think of players right now, not them old dudes that we've been talking about forever. But then again, they're still nice. I put KD there.
Okay.
And as a big,
Who would be your big?
I put Giannis.
Giannis? Okay.
I think that's about 4.
That's fine. That's fine.
I mean, that'd be a good little matchup,
All
right?
right. Well, we know. Listen, we're talking about numbers.
That should be hilarious. He said mixed coaches, Jason Kidd.
Yo, but think about it though. The numbers wouldn't really.
Yeah, I know. We love racehorse. You're going to be acting like
he said before, there's money in it. So.
Yeah, boxing does it all the time. They're going to. We see Angela Reese and Caitlin Clark right now. At the end of the day, that's racehorse.
Yo, now
right
the
there.
real question is, you guys can comment or subscribe about this, right? Is if they did this, would it hurt the sport or would it make it more competitive?
People will be like, you know,
and enticing
them
to watch?
fake people like, oh my God, why are we separating?
But we
But
can't-
deep down, we've been seeing this little race war. It's gonna bring some numbers. I think it'll bring
we
some
couldn't
numbers.
even go back on it, and we had to, right?
It'll bring some numbers. We're gonna see everybody whose team they're gonna root for.
Yo, so we're doubling back on this one matter at hand about your boy A.E. and his baby mama.
Yeah,
So
the
there was-
professional Aisha Howard.
There was some truth to what
She's
she
a
said.
great fisher, man. This is her second child with celebrity.
Man, she's a real
She's
shooter.
a great fisher, man. She's sniping like that.
Like,
You
literally.
know, I mean, but then again, how can we say she's sniping? She just looks good. She just happens to be where they're at. And they're
But
Atlanta
so,
Small, right? Is Atlanta rapper and Atlanta dude, a basketball player from Atlanta.
so real question here is it just a matter of coincidence or is it a whole team?
Nah,
effort?
she knows what she's doing.
No, what I'm saying, but hold on. Is it a matter of coincidence that these chicks be in the same spot that these dudes be in? Or is someone tipping them off because they know that's their vice and they can get the... And
They all party in the same part, in the same...
So listen, man. Listen, I've seen, when Tatted Up, what's her name? Tatted Up Holly used to rock with, the whole Connecticut scene.
I mean, she was 50
Right.
with 50 at one point.
Yeah, but her manager put her in front of the fifth, right? Because he knew that she was essentially a muse to, his muse. And if she considers herself the top, the top threat, I'm gonna put her with the top dude right now. And at that time, Fifth was really, making.
It was kind of his
It
music-wise.
was ascension. It was like at the top of his ascension. But
It was like, what, 2010, 2000, around that time, I think, 2009.
But the point here is that people know how to use you, or people know how to put.
And these dudes be at the same spots. They be at the same parties, the same clubs.
Yeah,
You
because
you look good. You're gonna just walk up. Dudes are gonna holler at you.
so no, it's the organizers, the people who work collectively.
So you think this Aisha Howard has an agent and everything? She doesn't know what hot spots these
Of course
dudes
she
is
does.
at.
She's a publicist. Of course
She don't got no. Before when she was being introduced, probably now that she's getting some type of notoriety. But no, she don't got no damn.
What do you think the publicists are? They're the
Bro,
bad
man,
ones.
I remember going to South Beach, whatever, and then we know where the people are gonna be. They're gonna be there. The chicks are gonna go there. And they probably have a dude that goes and vets out. Yo, go grab a couple chicks.
Yeah,
Here and
'cause it's
go
South
grab
Beach.
a couple chicks.
You can't do that everywhere. That's just South Beach. Everyone knows that happens in South Beach.
This is Atlanta.
The odds of you seeing the odds of you seeing someone in a certain area in Atlanta are very high because they all have.
Yeah, they all party at the same spot. I don't think
It's not
somebody's
true.
like, all
It's
right,
not
this
true.
ain't gonna be there. Go there. You're gonna be like, yo, I know there's a couple basketball players there. I'm gonna see
Yeah, but
if I could get one, if I could catch the attention
Of
of one.
course, well, who's to say that the man?
I don't think she has a manager saying, all right,
Yeah, of course
Aisha
they
Howard,
do.
go over there. Lil Baby's gonna be there.
Of course they do.
No, come
You
Come
gotta
on.
understand. It's
I
not
didn't say that there's like a stab. She's not a stab. She just look good.
You listen. You gotta believe. You can't think that there's not a joint effort for them to put them.
No, the joint effort, I know they're gonna be there. Me and my girls are gonna go there. We're gonna wear the least amount of clothes,
You're seeing,
and we're gonna have our cleavage out.
So,
You see them at the
They-
courtside at the game. They're like
yeah.
looking. They're like, yo, hey, look, come. Hey, I want to be saved. Come save me. I look good. I look good on your arm. And they're gonna come. I don't think like Asians like, all right,
Yeah.
they go the way they go. That's why they go to the courtside at the game. That's why they go to the after parties. That's why they go to All-Star Weekend. They are fishing, and they know that. That's why they're on college campuses at the game. They know that they could catch the eye of one of these guys, and their life is set. They just need to drop a baby. They're good for life. And this girl. So let's go because we're going off. So Aisha Howard, the 39-year-old baby mama to Anthony Edwards, Ant-Man, she wants. We talked about this. Right? Ant-Man wants no custody. He wants no parts of this kid. He said, I'm going to pay you and that's it. But now, Aisha Howard is saying that she wants $500,000, one-time payment, a public apology, and $55,000 a year for life on top of child support to agree to sole custody.
Mm. Mm.
So she want money for him to not want to be in her life. Like he could just say, "Well, I'm out of here," and just pay child support, right? He could just do that. He don't have to. So what leverage does she think she has here?
Well, the only leverage she has
Is the baby,
the baby.
Yeah.
But keep in mind.
and she told what she said. I already used $100K because she said Edward had already paid her a lump sum of $1,080,000 for 18 years child support, but Howard claims she already spent $100K of it.
Yeah, so
Like, what are you doing?
You got half a million you asked for already. Excuse me.
So I guess she's like, damn, I already ran through 100K. I'll probably run through this money in 2-3 years. That's probably how she's thinking. So she's like, yo, I want. Now she go, I already used 100K. What if it runs out before 18 years? She told reporters, blaming the judge for betraying her. This is injustice to poor women like me. I feel betrayed. You hear this?
Yo, shout out to your publicist for getting you into these parties.
Yo,
And like,
I don't think it's the publicist. We already. Yo, pretty privilege is a. There's some benefits to it,
listen.
but.
Hold on. Let's talk about this. Listen, and there are literally so many avenues of men out there, thirst traps. A lot of dudes out there.
Yo, and you can forget we have IG now. These dudes is DMing anybody they want now.
Yeah. But
She could throw in a couple likes. No, oh, he's about to be here. I'm coming. I don't think there's a publicist. I understand if she was a celebrity or somebody of a social influencer. She just looks good and happens to be in Atlanta.
Well,
and then little baby's her baby father. So now she got another one. You know what I told these dudes say these.
So what would if you were a publicist of some sort, right? And your kids and you know this lady whose kid's father is baby, that's enough to have a publicist.
Yo, she looked good. Ant-Man probably a fan of little baby. Like, oh, he got that chick. We live in Atlanta. Atlanta's small. We know each other. Yo, she's bad. Oh, I'm gonna try to holler at that. Get her in a DM. And I don't think there's a publicist going like, the chick just is on IG and like, all right, I'm about to get this nigga right here. I'm about to DM him this. I'm gonna send him that. And then this, that, and the third.
The emphatic.
No, I don't think they got a publicist sending him. She's nobody. She just look good.
Hold on. Do you think a one-woman band is enough to construct multi-million-dollar tangled fucking bullshit that they... Yo, Atlanta is...
So now you're gonna tell me, what's that chick that Kevin Gates had when she got, the dude that's on the Dallas now. What's her name?
Brittany Renner?
Yeah, when she got him, a publicist sent her to the college games.
No, it's not always like that. I'm saying that there are selective group of women who work with publicists because publicists.
Man, Atlanta hot. She going to where it's hot. AE caught eyes with her, hollered at her, wanted a quick nut, and then he fucked up, and now he got to pay 18 years, and she trying to extort this man till as much as she can because she burned through the bread within months.
So
she's doing the math like, all right, if I got 100K and you only gave me $1,080,000. Like give me like a year and a half, I'm gone. This money's gone. The way I'm moving right now.
Okay, so as I was saying, that it does not take one person to get these jobs done. Atlanta is built on backdooring and lying people.
Nah, I understand that, but I don't think there's a publicist that say, all right, your 80's at that party, go get him. Yeah. No. It's a lot. It's a party. It's like going to a certain club knowing that there are gonna be people there. They're gonna be there. So you're gonna go there and try to catch his eye. I don't think a publicist is sending like, probably your homegirl's like, yo, that nigga's gonna be there tonight. So let's go over there.
Most publicists in the industry are home.
Ice is not a celebrity. She's not an artist. She's not anything.
Dude,
She's just a girl that looks
if
good.
you're in Atlanta and you have a measly 7 figures, you're a celebrity.
She got 7 figures?
Yes, dude.
Now?
No, she's been had it. Well, you need to think about the bigger picture. You're really emphatically stating that this woman is just aimlessly walking around with no money.
She's in the industry. She got a little baby ready. She's she's probably
a couple.
She's bad in Atlanta.
It's not just Atlanta. This is not a little baby. This is a little more. But that's not our thing to be speaking on her situation and who she's with. We're talking about how she is. There's a collective group of people.
I understand. I believe that, yeah, sometimes publicists that go there, but I don't think Aisha has somebody telling her. She just happened to be, they're from Atlanta. they are from Atlanta. He's partying.
Atlanta
She's there.
is the home
And
of the
she's a hot commodity. Little baby already had it. Anthony out. You know how dudes are.
Okay,
Some dudes,
let's
I want to get with her.
Let's head on
She's
right.
bad. Like,
Okay, let's head on right to the next one because we're getting too caught up in tea of something that's completely irrelevant. Let's go for it.
oh, talking about tea. You see the men tea app?
I did see that we now have a tea app for men. And
Why are we doing what the chicks doing? Why are we doing that?
because we get reactions like this, because they know that if women get it and men don't get it, it doesn't have the same.
Yo, we know this shit not fair, bro. The game is rigged. All right? It's easier for one. I'm not gonna say that because they're gonna tell me no, life's hard for them, and we got some pros and cons to being men. There's pros and cons to being a woman, right? That's the perfect way to say it.
And that's your spin on it.
But I don't think we should be having a tea app, like, even though we do that anyway. So we gossip. Everybody gossip. Everybody try to act like we don't gossip. Men don't gossip. Nigga, we gossip. We do that in the barbershop. We do that here. We do that.
So what's wrong?
When we get with our dudes, we do this. Like, we're gonna keep on acting like we're just macho. Yeah, we don't. It's not cool to. It's the way you gossip. That I feel like men and women gossip, but you're not supposed to gossip the way a woman gossips. I think that's the difference between gossiping, right?
You tell me. You're telling me.
I feel like
I'm listening to
I feel
you
like
right now.
the way dudes gossip is like we tell you what happened, like the story, right? No, we have no feelings in it. Like, I feel like we just say, yo, this happened, yo, you're with this, da, 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 da. We have no feeling. We just like, small talk. We heard this happen. Did you hear about it? I feel like women, they put themselves in it a little bit more. You mean what I'm? They like, there's like some emotional in it. Like, it's like they're being, like, they're trying to slight the person or try to, like, damage the person a little bit, I feel like.
So
I feel like that's when you do it like that as a man, that's like crazy. Unless it's but I don't, man, don't pay no more.
well,
I don't
no,
feel like gossip is a
you
little
need to
different.
pay him some mind. We want to hear his opinion because apparently he is
I ain't no expert.
the voice of reason when it
No,
comes to.
I'm just saying that everybody gossip. I just feel like men and women, if you start gossiping, you know what I mean when you say gossip like a female.
That's kind of presidential. That's that's prejudice towards women saying that
That is
gossip like
prejudice,
women.
man.
But I know
That's like saying women get pregnant. That's like saying women get periods and all. That's prejudice. Like, and then
that's like saying why you acting like a bitch.
yeah, because people act like when you're feminine, you're acting a little
So you're saying
female.
when guys
Men
don't-
act a certain way,
so
women
is
act a certain way.
So when guys don't do things that are considerably alpha-ish and more importantly show signs of male
Yeah,
dominance,
you acting like a bitch.
you act like a bitch. So that's a thing, right? That's gonna put you in a spotlight. I'll tell you, like,
I mean, it's true. Yo, men act a certain way when women act a certain way. Most men are like,
So
then
you tell-
when you don't, you're like a little.
I know a lot of men that are bitches, to be honest.
Yeah, there's a small
And
percentage.
I know a lot of women that's running around here built for Cuban links. Like, you telling me like that's
Yeah,
like,
they're probably, and then most of those men are either alphabet, and those women are either alphabet too, right?
calling me. Yeah, that my boy. He's got a rhyme and reason.
Yeah, they're alphabet, so that's a little different. They're not the normal. I mean, I'm not saying normal, but they're not the majority. They're a minority. I don't mean it like that. Don't. I love everybody.
Y'all heard
We
what
just show love regardless. We love everybody.
We showing love regardless.
All right, it just sometimes words come out the way they come out. Pause. But,
Going back at it, talking about words and coming out, and more importantly, and not being accountable for them. Let's bring it up to my boy Drake. Let's hear what the fuck is going on here.
Lawbury, what they call him Lawbury now, right? Lawbury, lawsuit, Drake lawsuit Aubrey. He just, he out here. He said it wasn't about Kendrick. Now, Drake's lawyers asked UMG for records on abuse claims against Kendrick and Dayfree's ties to him and his children. He said it wasn't about Kendrick. It was about the label botting. And I heard they got a subpoena for the dude that they're accusing of botting Not Like Us.
You saw that, right?
What's his name? I think he was rapping about him in Family Matters anyway.
So,
Who's a coach or whatever.
they
Yo.
had him look crazy.
I feel like Drake, you're gonna keep doing this. You're gonna force UMG's hands. Then they're gonna show you they did the same thing for you. Like, this music industry The numbers are manipulated. This is how it is. They're gonna manipulate the numbers for them to be bigger than they are.
Yeah.
It's always been like this. You think it's only done to slight you? They did it for you too.
That's
So you're gonna keep pushing these labels in, and they're gonna expose you that your numbers are. You have high numbers, but they're not as high as you thought. All them records you thought you was beating, they were helping you beat the records. You be saying you Michael Jackson this, you MJ this. They're gonna show you. Even though I feel like that helped MJ too, but MJ, we could see MJ's star power.
Okay.
Like imagine MJ with social media. It would have been. He already had no social media. And he was having people faint. And I never heard of Drake having people faint. Probably some thotties here and there. Yeah. But I'm talking about like faint, like
MJ was the real. He was MJ the real social media.
Yo, you've been seeing that since they trying to compare Beyonce to MJ to Michael Jackson. Talking about Beyonce's a bigger artist. You don't see the Beehive like trying to do that? I mean, we getting all those sites.
No. Let's talk about it. Is Beyonce a bigger artist than MJ? No.
Yo, look at me. Nobody's better than MJ. Michael Jackson, I know people that were born after Michael Jackson died and they're imitating him. They want to be Michael Jackson for Halloween. Nobody wants to be Beyonce for Halloween.
Yeah.
I'm talking about generations after.
Yo, all hail the queen.
I mean, Beyonce is great. She's talented. She's top notch. But she ain't no Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was a star his whole life, basically. His whole life, since he was like 6, 7 years old. When did he pop off with Jackson 5? I don't know when. But we watched this man grow up. Michael Jackson is, there's no Michael Jackson, all right?
Yeah.
Nobody can compare to him.
Listen, I think
Beyonce, you're great, but you're not Michael Jackson.
Beyonce is.
And this is no soberness or no sexist anything. Mike is just Mike.
She is definitely a world-class entertainer.
Yeah, she is, but I don't think my mom don't know who Beyonce is, I think. But, yeah, whatever. But I feel like there's some people, and there's people in Haiti that don't know, people around the world that know Michael Jackson don't know who Beyonce is. You think so? But then Beyonce kind of worldwide, too.
Kind of worldwide?
It is worldwide. I'm not trying to. See, I feel like you making it sound like I'm sliding her. I'm not.
It doesn't seem like she's.
I just know she's on Michael Jackson level. But
Beyonce is definitely on Michael Jackson level, right? She's definitely sold the same numbers.
Come on, man. That shit don't count. We're talking about now. You can just download. Mike was making numbers when it was 8-track, vinyl, CD, MP3. See, he's been through the changes of the game and he's number one in all them changes. All right.
Yeah, you're speaking in two different generations of music. You're talking in two different lights of genres of music.
Beyonce is not on Michael Jackson's level. She's close, but she's not on his level. That's just it.
Okay. Well, let's talk.
But let's go back to Kendrick, man. I'm Kendrick and Drake. Drake, stop, man. You lost the battle. It is what it is. You act like this is the first battle you lost. It's just you lost to somebody that's in the top 3, top 2 rap artists of this generation, whatever. It's okay, man. You lost. It's over. Like, just move on. It's like you're making this bigger than it already is. It's big, but you're making it bigger and bigger and bigger. Like, you lost. Like, I know you got your fan base, your little minions, the King of the Bases minions, going crazy. They're gonna defend you like you paying them to be in your defense and everything. But Drake, man, just drop Ice, man. I know it's gonna be a mediocre project. You haven't dropped a fire project in a while, and your fans are gonna gas it for 2 weeks and 3 weeks and tell you it's the greatest. They're gonna tell you they want the next Drake project. It's just a cycle that's been going on and on and on. They tell you that his album was great, and in 2 weeks they're asking for new Drake. But I feel like, we already said, I feel like most Drake fans are not hip hop fans; they're just fans of Drake, and they don't care. They're gonna die on that bridge defending Drake. Drake, this is not cool. If any other artists, if you're a Drake fan, if any other artists did this, if Kendrick was doing this, you guys would be talking crazy. If Pusha T did this, you would be talking crazy. Like, if Meek did this during their beef, y'all would have called Meek all type of names. Right? So Drake, man, this is corny, man. You lost. It is what it is, man. Just move on. You can sneak this some all you want and whatever. Let's go to the next topic. So we have Cam versus Omar Gooding, right?
Killer. Killer.
We're
I
gonna
was
play
like,
this.
yo, Cam, what's going on with you and Omar Gunn Jr.? Here's what happened.
Cats, like, they no disrespect to
Yeah.
about talking about when in range you sitting around or Omar Good Jr. Y'all niggas sitting around like.
So that's what happened. I called him Omar Gooding Jr. And he's like, that you calling me out my name. Cuba's a junior. How am I be the junior? And he made 3 dish records. They wasn't that bad. They was actually pretty good, to be honest with you. And I was like, damn, this nigga's bothering. So when I did my freestyle, I said, please don't mention me with no Omar Good. He did another record. Cool. So this while we working on It Is What It Is, Buffer like, Kim, we ain't got time for that, man. We gotta finish. I said, Buffer's right. But I'm on vacation. So I threw up a post the other day like, yo, you a Nickelodeon kid. Stop playing with grown folks. So what do? He do another dish record. So you know me, I got a new way to play with niggas, pause. Super pause. I'm gonna start booking niggas. Cause y'all broke. A lot of niggas is broke. I booked that nigga for $7,500 to do a movie for 3 weeks. He said I didn't. So you know what I did? I booked the nigga to do a movie that's never coming out. Like 3 weeks ago. Yeah, Omar. That movie you flew to Miami for, it ain't no movie coming out. I booked you. And I was laughing at you behind the scenes. I was there. I was sitting there laughing at you. And you know what? Now you're coming on Revolt tonight. Because you signed the paperwork saying I could do whatever with the footage. You thought them niggas was real movie producers? They are real movie producers. But that was my niggas. You was in a room full of niggas. That was my niggas. Check it out, y'all. Look at this. Whole staff. This the whole staff for when I was shooting. Oh, look, he signed the paperwork. Hold on, let me get in here. He signed the paperwork. This is meaning I can do whatever I want with this footage I want to do. Sign that paperwork right. You see? You're reading from nothing, stupid. Put your fucking titties out. What the fuck you doing with your titties out? What the fuck is wrong with you, man? You're comfortable too. You're mad comfortable. Put your titties away. I don't know what's wrong with me. Oh, look at these brothers was there. Look, hold on, let me get. Oh, hold on, let me get like this.
Yeah.
Get them waves right, nigga. Oh, we got the, get the curl.
Yeah, listen.
Yo, man. I always say the best villains in hip hop are 50 Cent and Cameron. Those are the top villains in hip hop. Those are the two artists you do not want to get have a problem with. They are gonna troll you, and they do a good job of trolling. That's why I remember when they were beefing, it was kind of fun. I'm like, damn, the top 2,000 villains are going against each other. And I mean, now they're cool now, but it's just hilarious. Like he got you. This record don't mean he got you doing the most crazy thing just for you to get a role. You're doing all this crazy just to get a role. Right? I mean, we already know he's gonna pull it out slow and slow. He's gonna probably drop more footage.
Yeah, well, you know what?
But that's hilarious. That's fucking conniving as hell. For you to set up a fake tape, what was it, like a fake audition tape, a fake audition, just to set up with your friend just to get somebody back for dropping disc records. And then Omar, it's your fault. He called you Junior by accident, like, you know, I mean, your brother's the more known one, and he just called you, it was an accident, like, you didn't have to go hard and drop disc records on cam, like, but I guess he wanted clout. So he was doing it for the clout. And hey, you got what you want. You got all the clout in the world now. He just on Revolt. Now he's going to air you out on Revolt. So,
Yeah.
love to Omar Gooding, man. Idiot.
All right. Moving right along with Sha'Carri.
Oh, yeah, Sha'Carri giving the beats. Yo, see, there's a double standard right here. She giving the beats, and it look like nothing gonna happen to her. But she came out with an apology, and we're gonna play that right now.
Definitely a lot of self-reflection, a lot of understanding of not only putting myself in a compromised situation, but somebody that I have a deep care and appreciation for as well is something that holding myself accountable. I see myself, I'm taking this time to not only see myself, but get myself a certain level of help that overall is going to reflect who I truly am in my heart, in my spirit, and not allowing this moment, but accepting this moment to be more. And so my only thing is I want to be more, not even just for myself, for my family, for my fans, and I overly appreciate y'all supporting me and showing up and even holding me accountable to being my best self. So more than anything, I refuse to my family, for my fans, and
So he even put, I apologize to Kristen. Wait, let me. I apologize to Kristen. He came into my life and gave me more than a relationship, but a greater understanding of unconditional love. What I have experienced in the past, due to my past trauma and pain, I was blind and blocked off to not only receive it, but give it. I love him. To him, I can't apologize enough. My apology should be as loud as the action, honestly. Louder. To Kristen, love you, and I am sorry. She made history, the first female to publicly apologize, right? Ain't that crazy? First one. She took accountability, but I feel like this is like she was reading from a script, you know. She wasn't sorry, she's sorry she got caught, right? And stuff like this happen all the time. But, you know, dudes ain't gonna come out here and put posts up with black eyes and makeup on, talking about I got messed up. Because, like we talked about earlier, that would be considered acting like a. But, you know, it's just, you know, everybody has double standards. You know, if this was, we seen what happened to the dude on the Ravens when he gave her his chick on them. How do in the elevator? What's the name of the running back on the Ravens?
Oh, Ray Rice.
Ray Rice, yeah. It was I ain't never seen Ray Rice ever again. I never seen him. Did you see him after that?
Yeah.
Well, I never seen him anywhere. He was gone. She apologized everything, but she okay. And then, but then I think she's still top of the sport. So I don't think it would affect her. She's still one of the top runners, and she's her base. You know, the Giant United will stand by her and make sure that she's still, you know, not getting canceled. Not that canceling is fake, but there's only people that don't like you that try to cancel you, and it doesn't really work. If you have a big fan base, they're gonna be there. So they really mess with you or not. Like that kind of song. If when shit hit the fan, are you still a fan? And a lot of people build that fan base that they'll stick behind them. And we talked about Michael earlier. Mike has some allegations, and there's people that would stand by him and look the other way. And a lot of us don't believe it's true that he did those things.
Going at it.
But we have 3 for 1. A Florida man, Henry Betsy Jr., convicted of marrying 3 women at once, gets 2-year probation. All 3 wives met him on a dating app, fell in love instantly. It's kind of funny. We go back to that. Remember when you were talking about only a small percentage of men are having the kids? All the women are having kids. Remember when we were talking about that percentage of most of the women are having kids? Those are black men, or most women are having kids with the same people or with people from outside the race.
Yeah.
This shows you right here. I mean, it's white women, but some blanquitas, even back in the blanquitas. But it's like, for some reason, women are still attracted to the same type of man, right? Because I feel like he got them all. But they didn't know each other, right? But I think women are freaking FBI agents. They could find out who they're dealing with, right? But then again, this is why they have a T-app. If this man was on T-app, he would have never even got away with this if the T-app came out before. You think so? They would have put him on T-app and said, yo, this guy, I'm married to this man. But I think that wouldn't matter because he would still want to deal with him. You think, right? You think if he's on T-app, these niggas still, they want what they want, they're going to go after it, right? Not all, but a lot. Right? We see people like Future. We see dudes like, that people know, but they still want to be involved with. Hey, he's a man, right? And this guy he has the milk juice. He connects, he has, I don't know, he's just a juice. He's a milk, I said juice. He's a milk magnet. He gets the milk to come,
All right.
What do you mean? He got 3 of them.
Hey, listen, if that's your opinion on how you feel he is, then so be it.
But it goes on. Henry Betsy Jr., 50 of Florida, avoided jail time after pleading guilty to felony, bigamy, and marrying 3 women in different countries without their different countries. Oh, different counties. I said countries. I'm about to say, I'm like, these look all American to me. All right, different counties without their knowledge. On July 31st, he was sentenced to 2 years probation. The scheme unraveled when wife Tonya Betsy discovered the other marriages to Michelle Betsy and Brandy Betsy through county records. All 3 women met him on dating apps, married him quickly, and suspect he was motivated by financial gain. At sentencing, Betsy apologized to his wives, their families, and the court, but Tonya dismissed the apology as insincere, believing he showed no real remorse. Damn, this guy he's probably Nigerian.
I don't know what he is, but
Well, his name Betsy. I don't think he's Nigerian, but he got a good game. He's scamming them. He got some bread off them and everything. Right, that's kind of interesting. So, how do you think he got this done? Because they married him instantly. He probably know he was preying on the lonely. He probably knew. He knows his victims. I guess that's crazy because he got married to. Like, how do you even do that? They're not gonna look up his, and they're like probably in the same state because they're different counties. Right. But then again, I was wrong. I said FBI, and they did find out. They did their little. But we're going to what success looks like.
It's a video like this from AMEC, the Annual Medical Education Conference, where Black and brown pre-med and medical students gather to connect, learn, and build the future of medicine. And every year, without fail, the racist comments roll in. Lower standards, drug dealers, affirmative action. Are they even qualified? Comments proving that when excellence doesn't look like what you're used to, you assume it's a mistake. So let's talk about it. My name is Dr. Joel, the Medical Mythbuster, and let's talk about representation in medicine. First thing I should start with is that every doctor, no matter where they go to medical school, has to take the same Step 1 exam, Step 2 exam, and eventually their board exams. Quality is not lowered for any doctor. If you made that assumption based on someone's skin color, then hint, you're racist. It's important to also understand history. In the United States, Black Americans make up 13% of the population, but less than 6% of doctors. And that's intentional. It stretches back to 1910, when a report by Abraham Flexner led to the shutdown of 5 of the 7 medical schools that trained Black physicians at the time. That one report decimated the pipeline of Black physicians, because the number one indicator that you become a doctor is having a parent that's a doctor. It wasn't until half a century later, with the Civil Rights Act of 1964, that Black medical students were able to attend previously segregated medical schools. And here's the thing. Representation in medicine matters beyond just face value. It's life-saving. Black patients continue to be less likely to be diagnosed accurately, less likely to be believed about their pain, more likely to die from preventable conditions. But studies like this one show that increased representation of Black physicians in a county increase life expectancy and medical adherence in that county. And it doesn't stop there. We can talk about something called the GFR equation. GFR measures kidney function, essentially how well your kidneys work to filter out toxins. But for a long time, there was a racial correction to the GFR equation. That multiplier assumes that all Black patients had better kidney functioning than any other race. Spoiler alert, we don't. That race adjustment delayed access to care and kidney transplants for tens of thousands of Black patients across the United States. It took Black medical students, residents, and doctors to recognize that problem and fix it. Or we can talk about spirometry, a test that measures how much air we can breathe out in one breath. Lung function tests for a long time assumed that Black and Asian patients had lower lung function than any other race. It was based on racist 19th century assumptions, not biology. That's not medicine. That's systemic racism that's built into our tools that we use today. When it comes to clinical trials, Black people, women, and other minoritized groups are still less likely to be included. That means many of the drugs that we take and the treatments that we trust are tested only on white, able-bodied males, despite there being research that shows, for example, that heart attacks present differently in women than men. That's why representation in medicine matters, why AMEC matters. We're not just here to diversify medicine, we're here to decolonize it. Every year, I post a video like this from
I feel like it's a little, it's a little, I mean, of course we know like I said, you always know the history of this country. and all that, right? And I feel like these black guys shouldn't care what these white doctors with these, like he was talking about the comments in the beginning. I was like, why do you care? Like these comments on the internet, these comments are gonna come regardless of what you put. Like you see when something happens, they put usual suspects and this, that, and third. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. But yes, there is some racial medical things, I guess, that happen. Like the women always say that black women always say that doctors don't believe in their pain. They think black people have high pain tolerance and all that. So I feel like some people are still stuck on those old stereotypes. And it should be changed, but I don't think it's gonna be changed. It's America, we're the minority. The majority is always gonna be in the majority's favor in America.
So I think one of the things he actually mentioned was how that's built into the system. Systemic racism is built into the tool that we use to gauge about whether we're more apt to being prone to being hurt or apt to being susceptible to anything. So it is a real thing, and I think that just dealing with it and kind of just taking the lump sum of the racial inequity in our country is kind of the best solution to
So I
it.
feel like we have there's a choice now to have a black doctor now. So you can just have a black doctor.
So what he was
But he was saying that there's some discrimination. Yeah, I feel like I know a lot of black doctors. Well, I've seen a lot of black doctors.
So I think what he was saying, there's a small percentage of black doctors.
I mean,
So
it
not-
makes sense. It's like
it's not a
we're a small percentage of the population. So there's gonna be more white doctors. There's gonna be more white everything because they're more than 60% of the population of America.
So
It's like, go ahead, my fault.
no, go for it.
No, I'm just saying, like, of course we're the minority. Of course, there's gonna be less. She said out of 13% of black people, there's 6% that are doctors, whatever. It's just math. Like, there's more of them, right?
So because there's more of them, that should essentially.
I mean, life ain't fair. I always say life
It's
not
not a
fair.
fair
But
question. The question is whether that should represent a portion of a country, and how is
this
how
is
that-
America. It
how
is
is
a
that-
melting pot. If I go
But
to
that's not-
Haiti,
that's not the
all of them
question.
are gonna be black. There's only black people there.
That's not the question. The question was, right? How is that helping the black community if there's no representation in black medicine?
They got the 6% of doctors.
If they have a small percentage of the doctors,
There's
and
a
they're
small
only-
percentage of black people
and they're-
trying to be doctors.
So I think that you misinterpreted what was. So he said there's a small percentage, 6% of the world are represented in the medical field, right? And
He said black, 6%.
yes, and there's even a smaller percentage of people that are being studied as far as medicine. So if it's being studied in white able bodies, think about how much it's even a smaller fraction of people that are being studied in black able bodies. So that's kind of that's where you're saying how are you supposed to come up with these solutions to these things if these studies are being done on black able bodies.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, but so just do the studies, and you have a collective of black doctors
But
do the
they're-
studies. I feel like we're depending on these people to do everything for us. Then complain when they don't care to do
So
anything
they're
for
not-
us.
So that's not what he's saying. He's not saying about doing anything. I think you're kind of like putting this in a position of wanting to like you kind of like
No, because he said
They're
that.
saying that they won't. They're not allowing them to. They're
That is
saying that
they're you. I feel like they're using it. If they could become doctors, why wouldn't they allow? If that's the case, they wouldn't
So-
allow them to be doctors.
So in the beginning of the conversation, he said, "This is something that has been instilled for a very long time. Is that for a very long period of time, people weren't accepted to become a doctor unless you had a doctor in your family, right? And most
Now that
black
changed.
And
That
now
was
that
years
there's
ago.
been, so that's an old ruling that's been in play, and the fact that there's an old black doctor, there's not a lot of black doctors, then that means that there's not a lot of black people who can jump into that field because they don't have that in their family. So medical schools are more apt to accepting kids who have medical backgrounds, medical families, right? But if they don't, then it's easy for them to say no. So it makes it harder for them to jump into the field because they have no supporting basis. So I think that's where he's coming from is what our representation holds in the Black community.
I got 3 friends that are doctors. Their parents were not doctors.
Okay, what kind of doctor that?
I have one's a foot doctor, one's a dentist, one's a I forgot what other doctor my boy Ronnie, but their parents were not doctors.
Well, there's obviously, there's people who find a way, and people who
I feel like it's excuses. You could be a doctor. All right, it's just you're trying to use that as an excuse to say, all right, I can't do it. There's people doing it that don't have fathers that were in it or something like that.
but it's very minimal. Is the way.
Yes, I mean, yeah, it's hard. Being a doctor is hard. It's going to be harder for us because we're
coming from a Black doctor. I'm pretty sure that he can speak on that and those analytics more than you could, because he's like you.
Nah, people be making excuses, man. You got to stop that. People be making excuses.
I think okay.
When it's get too hard, of course it's gonna be harder for us. It's just with the minority, but I feel like there's opportunity to do that. And he became a doctor. There's a lot of people becoming doctors. It's just not that much Black people are trying to be doctors.
Because so if you look into this whole study, the reason why certain people don't want to do certain things is because they're deterred from past people's fears and
yes, that's their problem. You could do anything you want. You just gotta put your mind to it.
You just have to done.
No, it's not easy. But if you want to be that, you just it's gonna be a lot harder because you're probably from a community that your parents don't have money to send you to medical school. So you just gotta work harder. It's just this poor, rich. And some people have it easier. People are not dealt the same cards. Some people are dealt with easier cards. Some people are better handed. I feel like he's just making excuses.
Okay.
I'm just saying. That's how I feel like he's like trying to. It's like he's trying to bake on that we're inferior when we're not inferior. We just have that baked in our mind, and we just keep on passing generations. Oh, we can't do this. We can't do that. When we're doing 10 times what the people in the past could have done, they could. It's just like that Charleston Wood White thing said. He's like, yo. We keep on white. No, we was talking about how he was complaining about how the race of people right now saying that we can't do this, we can't do that. But when we look back to people before us 30, 40 years ago, like 50, 60 years ago, they couldn't do any of this, and we're able to do this, and we're complaining that we're still not able to do this when we can. And we see that it's being done over and over and over again. It's just people want to act like we're inferior when we're not. We could do whatever we want. It's going to be harder for us. It's America, but it could be done. We see other people come here, they do it. That's what I'm just saying.
Moving right along.
I gotta be devil's advocate. But Dr. Next facts. Dr. Oakley worries about AI taking over his job. Says ChatGPT answers health questions better than medical doctors.
I don't know about other doctors.
Ready to turn your travel dreams into unforgettable experiences?
For the first time in the past few weeks, I am truly feeling that our days are numbered because of AI. And that is because my patients are coming in with very, very difficult questions. They're high level, very granular and nuanced type of questions that I've never been asked before in previous years. And they are coming in with way more knowledge about what's going on with them. And they are, I feel like, using that to at least kind of probe the doctor, at least me, about how much they know. And I think they use like these questions to kind of gauge their competence because they're using these AI chatbots to get a lot of base information that they would get from their doctor. So now they're entering the office visit with the next level of questions. And I just don't think doctors are going to be used to that, especially if you've kind of been coasting for a while, barely keeping up with your CME, or maybe you're not in academics and you're not constantly staying current. And, I'm not saying that it's because you don't know some random fact that you're not a good doctor, but I think real or perceived patients are going to use this as a measuring stick to see how good their doctor is. Like, for instance, I was asked just the other week what the incidence rate is for retinal detachment in the United States. And I've never been asked that type of questions. I don't think patients typically ask about epidemiology. And I was like, 1 in 10,000, I think. And he was like, yes, that is what I read as well. And I just felt like I was in the hot seat and I was being interrogated or pinned by an attending. And I think that's fine. I'm all for like patient autonomy and being able to vet their doctor, but I think this is going to have an unfortunate unintended consequence of eroding trust between physician and patient because it's already strained to begin with. And just now with AI, I think patients are going to realize that they can get a lot of stuff that they need from their AI chatbot. And with that, the level of expectations from a real in-person human doctor is just going to go even higher. Because what can you offer me that I can't already get from my phone in 2 seconds for free?
What do you think about that?
Well, I think it saves time, money, leaves clients more informed, and it gives you a different perspective on things prior to walking into the office. No one wants to, everyone, the doctors are never something that anyone wants to like voluntarily do. People only go to the doctor when they need to, which is unfortunate instead of like making it like a normal like checkup kind of situation. But I think you as a patient, you should be informed of some things prior to walking in. You should have a knowledge of yourself and in your history, in your medical history through your family, because it helps prevent you from situations happening. It helps the future, the generations of your family, and more importantly, it helps you understand yourself so you can live longer, right?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's good because these doctors be being picked by the pharmaceutical companies too, because they'll tell you need this, you need that, but now ChatGPT is gonna be able to tell you like what you need and what you need for your sickness or your condition at the time. Because I feel like humans, we talked about how AI is being more like humans anyway, but I feel like sometimes humans have a ulterior motive. And someone would be like, we were talking about in the last segment where they were talking about the race thing. And certain doctors feel like certain races of people are more, or don't take pain more than certain other races and whatever. Now you can just go to AI and AI is gonna tell you like, the certain stuff that you could ask the doctor, and the doctor would be putting these old practices that were made in the 50s, made in the early times during like Jim Crow time, and they could be using these same old, outdated ideas to diagnose you when you could have AI diagnose you, right? And I feel like you'll be more knowledgeable on that than trusting the doctor, because these doctors have shown in the past that some of them can't be trustworthy, and they'll have alternative motives. So I feel like that's a good thing with AI. But I feel like the doctors are going to be upset because that's a possibility of them losing their job. And they don't want to lose a job. They went to school for all these years to make a living. It would be crazy now that artificial intelligence is showing that they're not needed.
Yeah, I think I even saw a segment with this similar situation with a legal matter. Unfortunately, there is a trust factor that comes into play with legal counsel, and also anyone who's in the line of customer service. So you're trusting them to give you your input on their field of expertise. And you go into a doctor, and he's an alternative doctor or someone who gives you an elective. He's an elective doctor essentially. Some of them they love padding their pockets. They love padding the bottom line.
Right.
So one visit becomes two visits.
I mean, we talked about that one time. Remember that one doctor that was he was doing all those fake insurance claims or whatever it is, and he was making all that money off them.
So 2-3 visits become 5, and now you paid for questions that you could essentially ask the AI bot, and not just ChatGPT. You
got
can
Lily
use,
Brock in there.
there's a couple of different AI bots, and not all of them are telling you the truth all the time. Sometimes they compile information to seem like it's truthful, so keep that in mind.
Yes.
It's one of these things where, like, who wants to pay to be bullshitted? Who wants to pay to deal with grimy people who have ulterior motives, and who could care less about the outcome of you? So, yeah, these AI bots help people feel more confident about their visits, feel confident about their interactions with their counsel. So, essentially, like any other AI model, you're help building it. So,
Yeah, I mean, it's good to have like a second opinion, I guess.
So yeah, keep in
I
mind.
don't think ChatGPT's all the final answer. Like, if you don't trust a doctor, go get a second opinion from another doctor or a third doctor, or whatever. I mean, then again, it is pain and all that, but just get the other opinion. I feel don't trust AI completely. Don't fear it, but don't trust it completely. Right?
Sounding good.
I just seen an ad today. It was crazy. I forgot what ad it was. They show like a post actor like AI doing all this stuff, and they're like, "No, you could trust AI. We need to fear and trust AI." I seen it on YouTube. It's like this whole ad where they're like, the robots is bugging out, breaking everything, and then it's like, "No, trust AI. We're gonna be your help." And then it shows you like AI helping people. Like, I think it was GMI or something like that.
Wow, it's getting better and better every day.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for taking us to the Big 2-0. Coming back next season, more fun, more connectivity, and more great info for you guys to lock into. So till next time, show love.
Yeah, we did this. I mean, I didn't think we were gonna get this far. It was Marlon's idea years ago, like to do this, and I kept telling him, like, no, I'm not doing this.
Well, we're
but now
coming back.
I said this year I'm gonna do stuff that I'm gonna get out my comfort zone, and I'm in front of the camera with my boy Marlon. We doing what we doing. Those to watch, appreciate y'all for even watching us. It's dope. So love regardless, you heard.
Show love.